What's up, Detroit? It's your man DJ here, and I was checking in for Kori's Corner. Detroit TNA DJs, core DJs represent. The question is, why do Detroit rappers have a hard time getting on? The hardest problem we got is, number one, unity. Number two, the idea that we think we're bigger than what we're supposed to be at a stage where you ain't got that far yet. You gotta understand at the end of the day, you gotta grind out here. You gotta work hard, you gotta know what you're talking about, you gotta have the right people in your circle. Not just having people around you, but the right people in your circle. If you really and truly want to eat out here, concentrate on getting into these streets, definitely check out Kori's Corner every chance you get. DJ Hen House, Core DJs, I'm out.
What's up, Detroit? This your main man, DJ James Osteen, coming at you, Kori's Corner. I want to say, first of all, Kori, where my DVD at? Come to the show, get on down, doing our thing. Hot video, hot video. I'm not telling nobody from the D how to get on. Talk to Kori, she'll tell you. Gotta do the street work. She'll take it from there. Till next time, Detroit, keep it hot. Peace.
We're back, Kori's Corner. The topic of the day is, don't blame it on the D. Why is it so hard for Detroit artists to break into the mainstream? We're talking here with Tyrone Bradley, pool director of UDMA Record Pool. We got Miss Smiley coming from a radio perspective, music director of 102.7. Now tell me, we've been talking, and we know that the artists require, well, they look, they expect for you to basically jump on their record because it's hot. To every artist, their record is hot, right? What happens when they get mad? I mean, have you ever encountered a situation where they just like, flat out, why you ain't playing my record? Because you know that from an artist's perspective, it's like radio is hating. You know what I'm saying? They play everybody else that ain't from the D.
Oh yeah, but
you know why don't y'all play more Detroit music? Why aren't the DJs out? You got DJs in your pool that's breaking records? Is that your job? Right. Is it your job to break records?
I believe it's the DJ's job to break the records. I don't believe it's radio's job to break the records.
Thank you.
I believe in my heart, and I know, and because I've only been doing this since 1978. I believe in my heart it's the responsibility of the DJs in the street to break the music. Not for it to filter down from radio back to the DJs. You know, so my whole thing is that as we start to understand the business, I think that that's what we're here for. Is to understand where this starts, where do you take it to the next level, how do you get to that next level? How do you get your music from the streets to radio? But now you've got to be to literally work the street. You can't just be to work the club where all your people at. You've got to work all the clubs.
But that's why it's hard for us to take criticism too, because we playing this record
to
for all our people.
Sure.
Oh, of course your friends.
And we rapping it every day. Oh yeah, they hot because they gassing off of the potential of you being the next 50, being the next Kanye. You know, so when they're not hearing this record, they're like, oh man, they hating on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why your record sounds just as good as that record. You know.
But they're not being honest. And not to cut you off. What we tell a lot of the artists to do is you go and you get a national record, put it on somebody's CD player, then take and put yours in that same spot with the same volume, and then tell me if everything is fair.
Does the volume drop on you?
Or does your volume go off? Does it go off? You know, like the DJ has so much flexibility he can work with. At the point when you bring your record, that goes back to what we talked about earlier, the mixing and the mastering. If I've been playing these other songs on 5. Now I got to put it to 10 to get volume out of your song.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do that.
And then when you do that, it's muffled.
Sure.
And that's the mastering part of it. That's the mastering. And a lot of times I'll say to the artist, it's mixed and mastered, right? And they'll always say, yeah, that's where'd you master at? No, my boy, like around the corner. No. That do you know a mastering plant?
No, actually,
around the corner or in the hood?
Actually, I don't. And you're not gonna pay $20 to get your song.
No, but I think that what happens is that everybody starts to understand that Pro Tools has become almost an industry standard. So what it is now,
but everybody don't know how to use Pro Tools.
Well, then somebody's got a bootleg copy
that
has absolutely no plug-in.
I do blame a lot of these producers out here too. That's just handing these beats out and just keeping it moving and getting the money. There is no way as a producer.
And then they reselling the beats.
Resell them. Because you're not going to do anything with it, and they know you're not. So what they're going to do is they're going to sell it to 5, 6 people.
Well, they could get even caught up, smartly, but they could get caught up, exactly. What happens is, like, by me having this pool and people constantly coming in there, what happens in the pool, a guy come in there, he's got a beat, he's rapping over this beat, and we say, my man, do you know who sample that is? He said, ain't no sample on here. So then we go into our computers and play the original version. Oh, I never heard that. Of course you haven't. So now at the point that you buy a beat, the guy's not who's selling you the book, he's not going to tell you, well, my man, you may have to go through some procedures to get this clear, so that you can really legitimately use it.
Right.
Business 101.
You know, it's a lot of things involved in that whole business aspect of music, and if you don't put yourself up on that, you asking for a lot of trouble.
And let me say this, we do get a lot of really good talent that comes through.
It's a lot.
But here's the bad part. You're good. You come through. I listened to it. I said, this is great. Let's put you on D-Heat first and see what the reaction is. I never hear from you again. I never hear from you again.
Inconsistency.
You gotta stay in the people's face. You have to build a fan base. Just like everybody else, you have to have a fan base.
Right. And we definitely got to do a part 2. We get to talking about BDS, which is broadcast data systems. And then, actually, I'm going to be honest, we were having a conversation and you put me up on the media base.
Right.
You know, those are just different companies that when you register your songs, and they're going to electronically keep track of your spins.
Because at the point that, not to cut you off, but at the point that you start to search for a major deal, you don't have to tell them that you
They're
sold.
Gonna pull it up.
They'll know how many spins you get, what kind of love you get.
And what stations
so
are
playing
around the country.
Right. Exactly. Don't go in there and lie and say, man, I'm getting 50 spins on 98 or 102. They blowing me out the water.
No, because we can check.
Because they're just gonna boom, 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 and then it's gonna be a done deal. He's lying. I don't really want to deal with him. You need to get some management thing going. You need to get a buffer so that if you're not professional and you can't speak the jargon, don't go up in there.
Right.
Because you can kill the record like that. They ain't gotta listen to it. They just might not even like you after that. Like, I don't want to deal with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because the business is relationship based.
It is.
Has nothing to do. I tell everybody, music has nothing to do with the music business.
And ain't that a shame?
Now I know that's deep.
Ain't it? Hey, Kori's Corner. We'll be right back. Tyrone Bradley, Miss Smiley. We're talking about why it's so hard for Detroit artists to get into the mainstream. We're back. We're wrapping it up. Kori's Corner. Before you leave, Smiley, I would like for you to please just give the viewers some advice.
I said it before, you have to be the absolute very best. You have to have the best team, the best image, the best record, and you have to stay out there in the public. You have to stay in their face. And you have to be consistent. You have to really know the business. And that is there's such a wide range of business, but you really have to know it. You have to become obsessed with it if you really want to be in this game.
There it is. Ms. Smiley 102, thank you for being here. Tyrone, what kind of advice can you give an artist from a DJ perspective, pool director? Y'all really need to holler at them. Smiley's day is Wednesday. Tyrone meets on Thursdays, and every once in a month, second Sunday.
Well, the thing is, first of all, we just need everybody to really calm down, in terms of being from the D.
Yeah.
Because just because you from here don't mean you're the heir apparent to the throne. So, you have to put in some work. You really have to put in some work. It becomes important for you to know, like Smiley just said, you've got to learn this business. It is not a joke. It is absolutely not a joke. So it becomes important to really know what it is that you can do. And I invite all of y'all to come to our pool meetings where we get deep down in this every second Sunday, and just holler at Kori's Corner and get all the information.
Hit me up. I'm at Kori Blake at KoriBlake.com. Like I said, he has a pool meeting every second Sunday of the month. It's very, very informative. We go really, really way deep into the business in terms of all that stuff we talked about today, the BDS. As a matter of fact, I'm even going to put PDF files up on my site of copyright forms, clearance forms, publishing forms. Y'all need to get into that. And my advice to artists, from an artist perspective, is we need to start sharing information. We need to come together. We need to quit hating on each other. That's the only way we're going to get other people to respect us, if we respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Brother to brother, sister to sister. We need to make it happen. It's Kori's Corner. Tyrone Bradley, Miss Smiley. We out. Peace.